Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Kwingsletsplays. How's everybody doing? It's time for more LEGO City Undercover. Your first like goal is 100 likes. I thought we were around maybe 40 likes, I don't know. But if you guys could get those likes up, that'd be appreciated. If you haven't already, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Turn on those notifications by switching that little bell icon. Switching on all notifications so you know what's going on. We also have a newsletter that goes out every day on Kwingsletsplays.com, so if you don't know what's going on, you can always sign up for a free newsletter. So this is going to be the 6th episode of LEGO City Undercover: The Chase Begins. After this stream will be a Dragon Ball Z Budokai stream in honor of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 being announced yesterday, as well as we posted a short for that, which did not do very well. With Amber away, I could really use some help with some shorts. So if you guys could do that on the Discord, that'd be fantastic. I have not heard from Amber today. I saw she posted on Twitter, but I don't know what's going on. So, but anyway, let's get to the Lego thing. Okay, so we're here in the middle of nowhere for whatever reason. That's concerning. And I'm a little late because I missed my alarm. I defeat the cat. I had to do a ton of stuff. Alright. Chase. What are you doing here, guy? What is going on? What is going on, Chase? Is this a helicopter? No, that's a vehicle thing. Do they even have a helipad here? I don't know. Wait. Are you gonna make me do the whole Forest Blackwell thing all over again? Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna grab a police vehicle. Says it wants me to go this way. No, it's taking me all the way back to Lego City. Okay, that's fine. It's super important. Oops. And you guys can be my eyes and ears about what's going on with the likes, because of course I'm playing on the 3DS, so I am blind. I can't see what's happening all that much. And when Zelda got to eat, I did not. Alright. See how we're doing. We're currently at 57 likes. Alright, so you guys are almost at 60 likes. Keep it up. Good job. I was actually hoping to get up earlier so I could have streamed before Lego City, but I guess I'm not Amber. I don't know how she does it. She's able to stream at 3 o'clock. I was getting into some fights with some people on Twitter. Not over my mother-in-law, but the Turtle trailer came out. And I said that for the most part I liked the movie, or liked the trailer. But I said something completely harmless. Well, what would be considered polite. And then I took it back. I was like, you know what? Because Twitter's a bunch of brainless idiots. You're like, fine, this is what I really think of April. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be polite. But you can't... Apparently, if you word it a certain way, then people look at you like weird. They're like, how could you say like a teenager is unattractive? It's like, fine, you know what? If you guys want to be weird paleophiles, you know, like Hollywood, that's fine. She's ugly and fat. Is that better? Is that... I was trying to be nice and be like, the character's just not attractive like other April characters. So I was just like, you know what? Skip it. She's fat and ugly. I feel better. So... and I said I didn't like Donnie's voice either. Everything else I'm fine with. But I had a bunch of brainless baboons, like quoting my Twitter and stuff, and it was a big mess. So from now on, I'm just not going to be polite when I say certain things. If a female character is ugly, I'm just going to be like, you know what? because like weirdos can reword your stuff so it sounds creepy. I'm just gonna be straight and be like, yeah, I don't like this character because it looks like a dog. So there you go. I will never ever ever do polite wording again when I am explaining dislike of something, because for one, she's a fictional character, and two, you know, there are a lot of weirdos out there. Specifically, why in the world do they keep de-aging adult women into minors? Like, why does Hollywood do that? That's disturbing. April has always been like an adult figure to the Turtles. I wouldn't say like a mom, but she's like a woman that is older, who's kind of like a role model, like a human role model, you know, because the Turtles are mutants. When you make April the same age as the Turtles, it doesn't really work as well because you're kind of removing that element of like positive adult interaction. Because think of all the other adults that the Ninja Turtles, you know, meet up with. They're bad guys. They're like Foot Ninjas or the Shredder or Bebop and Rocksteady. Not really good role models or even like humans that the Turtles should try to interact with outside of, you know, kicking their butt. So I never really liked in the 2002 show for a while when they made April younger too, because it was like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Because she's supposed to be, I wouldn't say the same age as Splinter, but she's supposed to be older. It's just how her character is. Seth Rogen's weird, I guess. Well, actually, you know what? He is weird. But other than that, let's see what happened today. Yeah, I had the whole Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi thing. More information about that came out. And that was pretty exciting. And then literally, I fell asleep like just looking at my phone, seeing if Amber was going to call me, because I know nothing. Oh, I do like the animation for the Turtles movie, though. Very subtle, like, I wouldn't say tribute or copying of Into the Spider-Verse, because I really like the animation style for the Puss in Boots movie that came out last year. So I kind of like this new style of animation. It's really cool. It kind of works for like the new type of like CGI, and it works because it's almost kind of like claymation and like stop motion at the same time. Fire was just a diversion. Get to town hall ASAP, Chase. What do you think I've been doing? Driving around here for fun? Ow. Actually, I have been driving for fun. Been doing pretty well driving, too. Up until a minute ago. The only thing that made me realize, like, oh, okay, maybe the trailer's not as good as I thought, is somebody, they, like, sent me, they were like, wow, you really like this, huh? It's like, yeah, I think it's okay. I'm probably going to go see it in August. Hopefully the story doesn't, you know, stink, because Seth Rogen is kind of a weirdo. But they were like, oh, okay, cool. They said, here, watch this. So they sent me the trailer for the 2007 Turtles movie, which I love. And then I wrote back to them. I was like, why did you show me this? Because it's like, now it's like, I can't even... even this new thing is not as good as the 2007 Turtles. Uh-oh. I gotta take this, guys. One sec. Alright, guys, I'm gonna keep Amber on the phone, because she's very tired, and I told her to go back to her hotel to sleep. So I'm gonna keep her on the phone to make sure that she goes back to her hotel, okay? And I'm gonna continue the stream. So, right now we are heading to, the town hall, I think? I just activated something. And, yeah, just keep in mind, people, Amber's only had like 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep at the most, so she needs to go back to her hotel and sleep. So I'm trying to get her to go back to her hotel and sleep. How dare you! I'm the mayor! Oh my gosh. Electricity, fire. Wow, that doesn't look good. And remember, guys and gals, I can't really see the light goal or anything like that because I'm on the phone with Amber. So I'm kind of blind at the moment. So if you guys can help out with that, that'd be fantastic. You still there, Amber? Okay, so you're making your way to the hotel thing. Yup, you gotta go toward Culver's, that's right. It's kind of downtown, but like it's over by where, when we were teenagers, where the one stuff is. The nicer part, the more modern part of that town. So instead of going to the high school, you're gonna hang a right at the stoplight. Okay. Okay, I can put that fire out. Okay, that's cool. Oh my gosh, the dude, like, what? Watch your step, ha ha ha. No, that's not cool, guy. You don't do that. Okay. Oops. So, the short didn't do well today because, apparently people didn't want a movie trailer. Jackson told me that, I think, he says people just wanted to hear your guys' reaction to the trailer, and it's like, ah. But I also think that it just, I didn't get the short up until like almost 10:30. So. Oh, okay, so I can just do that. That's cool. How you doing, sweetheart? You see the hotel in front of you? Good. Excellent. Are you gonna get yourself some Culvers, or are you just gonna go to sleep? Yeah, have you eaten anything today? Okay, you gotta keep your strength up. You had some food at the hospital? Okay, that's good. You had a salad. Was it a good salad? Okay, that doesn't sound like a salad, honey. That just sounds like a few pieces of lettuce. Why don't you get yourself, like... You used to love Culver's. Get yourself something from Culver's. Okay, well... There's a Pizza Hut there. You could get Pizza Hut. You could get yourself... You could get yourself, like, a personal pan pizza at the Pizza Hut, unless that's not there anymore. What in the world? Okay. No, you're not. I'm just keeping an eye on you. This is the only way I can keep an eye on you right now. Okay, so I keep falling off this ledge here as I try to save the mayor. This dude, hopefully he's not going to try to push me out of here. Okay, we're good. Nice and easy. Shimmy across. Okay. Oh, alright, that time I made it. Sweet. Sweet. Whoop. Alright. And this is... looks like... Okay, so this is the teleporter thing. So we're going to need to switch to an astronaut. Use this thingy over here. And good job liking and sharing the video, guys and gals. If you can continue to do that, that'd be fantastic. Really appreciate that. Okay, that's great, honey. You can't make it to Culver's? Well, I mean, it's dinner rush, honey. I mean, it's, almost 5 o'clock there. No, it is 5 o'clock there. So there are people... Ooh, that dude almost knocked me off again. Not cool, guy. No! Wow, that ledge is... I can see why this game got a 6. Woof. Not cool. What, honey? You guess? I'm sorry, honey. No, you need to rest. Okay, alright. Yeah, you should do that. I have no idea how I'm gonna... I don't think I can get across there. We should be able to go back now. Oh. Yeah. You'd think that would be a meal. Things change at that old restaurant. That's... I know. Yeah, that... Yes, you will. They gave you gas money? Aunt Jean. Was she nice to you? And what does she expect you to do? Okay. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's standard protocol, honey. You know. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm glad you got to see her off, though. You did get... Did you get to see her? Did she talk to you? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope you're gonna have a good sleep, though. I mean, you know. You need to sleep, yeah. No. Yeah, you're gonna eat your dinner, then once you get to the hotel, you're gonna sleep for at least 5-6 hours. And then try to give me a call. Okay. You gonna go up to your room? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Alright, so we're gonna have to put I know. So you're planning tomorrow morning, or like early in the morning to start your drive, or? No, 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 no. You won't. Please, at least get 4 or 5 hours sleep. They got another hostage over at Blackwell's construction. I must go, Mr. Mayor. Can you find your way back down? How in the world is the mayor gonna find his way back down? Just please get at least 5 hours of sleep. Like, at the very least, honey. You know. Promise? Because the way I'm talking to you right now, you don't even really sound as alert as you did when you were driving. I know. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna text your brother and tell him to let you sleep, like, because... Hmm? Thank you very much for the super chat. I'll read that in just a second. I'm, doing, on the phone with Amber right now. Making sure she checks into her hotel. You don't know where what? How do you not know where your keys are? The car couldn't start without the keys. It needs the key hub in order for the car to even work. I hear jingling right now. Yeah, you need to sleep, Amber. Viking needs her sleep. You've been through... Amber, honey. You're running on adrenaline right now. You need to sleep. Adrenaline is going to wear off, though, because the things that happen today are going to hit you later. Yes, it will. Okay, that's dark. Alright. Are you in the hotel yet? Okay. You got the car all locked up now? Amber, honey, you've traveled, and now it's time to go sleep for at least 5 hours. Okay. It's fine. If you want to start driving at like 2 in the morning, that's on you. That's fine. But you need to go to sleep now. Okay? I mean, I don't see how that can... Alright, so, well, I learned something with you not here. Like, the numbers dipped way more than I can... I'm just kind of stabilizing everything right now. I'm McCain. The trail has gone cold, but now I have to... Hot tip. What is it? Natalia's being held at the Blackwell Tower. Oh yeah, I know. I didn't mention that before. I can't believe you would forget something that important, Chief. And I was hoping it was going to be easy. Okay. Yes, what is it, sweetheart? Of course. Tomorrow? I know. You should go to sleep and then, you know, if you go to sleep now... no, if you sleep for 5 hours, it'll be 10 o'clock. Ah. Yeah, Milwaukee is quite a ways away from where you are. Yeah. McCain, I've been waiting for you. Oh yeah, just you? That's all Rex can muster? Ha ha ha, not exactly. Uh-oh. Take him out, boys. Take me out for what, Chinese? Pizza? Buy an officer dinner first. Chest bump. That's right. As soon as I hear you at the counter, I'm going to, that you checked in. I'm gonna go for now, and then I will talk to you, before the 10:30 stream. Okay? They have your name. Yeah, I know. Are you in the building yet, or no? Are you in the hotel building yet, or are you still outside? Yeah, I know. I did. Alright, let's go. So we've got some cement thing, and we have this dude hanging out right here. Chest bump! Down he goes. Alright. Useless! Well, I'm happy enough to hang around here for backup. For backup, huh? So we're gonna use the jackhammer. Just a little bit. There we go. What are you? Whoa! That's what you get, fool. Alright. And up we go. Oh, wait. Why can't I climb? Oh, okay. I have to hold it in. Come on, hold it in, Mr. Fireman. There you go. Looks like I should try and get that engine running. Alright. Alright, so how are we doing in terms of... Alright, so we're gonna have to switch to the burglar guy. Okay. I have a... Oh, okay, yep. Red to green. There we go. Booyah! And that's how we roll, that's good. Ah, looks safe, probably. Not really entirely sure, though. Whoa! Yeah, that was totally safe. A textbook landing. What on earth have those builders been up to? Been up to a bunch of stuff, Chase. Sweetheart, did you get checked in? Or are they still handling that? Okay, she might still be getting checked in. Alright. What exactly are they throwing the switch do for that? Okay, the steam's up. Oh my gosh. And bye-bye now. So we're gonna push this block up. Right on. Okay, going up here. Before we get to Natalia, I want to see how we're doing. Because again, I'm kind of blind. Let's close this. Back to our main page. How we doing? We are currently at 99 likes. If you guys get those likes up. We're well past the 30-minute mark. I haven't really been able to push for stuff because on the phone with Amber. But Ben says we're on our next like goal, so let's get to that. Oh, jeez, that's terrible. Okay, that's actually not bad. That's, okay. Sweetie, are you... Ams? Sweetheart, hello? Okay, I don't know if she can hear me. I'm gonna have to recall her. Amber, can you hear me? Are you in your room? You going to your room? Okay, that's good. Well, how did they not tell you your room number? Okay. Are you back out to your car? Okay. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to go sleep for a while. Mm-hmm. It's a nice hotel there. One sec, sweetie. Gotta do girl voice. Unless this is a regular cutscene. Nope. Going down. Oh, Chase, thank you so much. And also... Slap! Where were you? Oh, that's painful. We're not even dating. You can't slap me yet. That's not how this works. McCain, Rex is robbing Lego City Bank as we speak. All of this, the kidnapping, the fires, were nothing to do with Fury, right? Yeah, no, McCain, it was all diversion. Set up by Rex Fury to get the bank. All right, yeah, I was just, testing you, haha. Okay, sure you were, Chase. Alright, so now we gotta go to the bank and deal with Rex Fury. I don't know if this is the finale of this game or not. I don't think so. I think that'll be tomorrow. I know. Don't let him know your room number, because he'll pester you. You need to sleep. Sweetie, you're amazing. I'm very proud of you. Okay. Do you want me to call you at 11 my time? Is that enough time for you to sleep, or you want me to call you like after midnight? No, I would prefer, because if you don't want to hit traffic, then you would leave at midnight. It doesn't matter, even, like... of course we are. I mean, I'm doing the best I can. But I think, you know, I think you should call me at 11 or midnight and then decide if you're going to drive early in the morning. Because if you left at 9, you'd be stuck in Chicago traffic for 2 hours. Like bumper to bumper. It'll be, by the time, if you were to leave where you are, by the time you got to Chicago around 1 in the morning, you wouldn't have to be in bumper to bumper traffic. You could easily get through Indiana and probably stop at the end of Ohio, or, like, you know. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Alright. Yeah, leave at midnight, and then you're gonna stop in, like, near the end of Ohio. No, you're not. If you're planning on... Yeah, I mean, you were planning on leaving Tuesday anyway. Unless you're staying an extra day. I don't... Whatever you do. Okay, so everyone is leaving. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that tends to be what happens, son. Alright, well, I'm gonna let you go, because you're in the... you're in your hotel safe and sound, so I feel better. I'm rescuing a cat. You have to be a fireman to rescue a cat. No, I want you to eat your dinner and fall asleep, okay? Is your hotel locked up? You safe? You got your stuff there? You don't need to take your medicine right now. If you do, that'll make you really, really tired, and you already took it today, so. But that's your... I know. I know, honey, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of dialogue, and I'll be right back with you. At least Rex Fury and his goons are robbing... At last! They're robbing the bank! Let's bust the door open with some kind of giant battering ram. In no time, you'll just have to find some other way inside. Oh, so it's the museum heist. Oh, bank heist. Oh, I almost forgot. Take this fire axe. It'll probably help. Why didn't you give me that before? So now you can take down doors that have the fire axe on it. Okay, that makes sense. They probably should have given that to you before, though. Alright, sweetheart, I'm going to let you rest. I will call you around 11 o'clock, okay? Before the... I'll be starting the Metroid stream around 11 o'clock. Okay. What's your room number? Okay. Alright, text me that information, okay? And if I can't get a hold of you, I'll call the hotel and get your room number and give you a wake-up call if you want to start driving, like, after midnight or something, okay? Because I know you're not going to stay the whole night because you're stubborn, so I'm trying to negotiate with you here. Little Viking. Alright. Proud of you and I love you, okay? Yeah, you did. Okay, I'm gonna let you go now, okay? Okay, later, sweetheart. Okay, so that's that, huh? Alright. Okay, thank you guys for your thoughts and prayers. Amber's mom passed away today. So that's, I narrowly convinced Amber to not drive home when she stopped last night. She only slept for about 2 hours before she had a wake-up call, and she drove all the way back. She was 7 hours away from her destination when she stopped in a hotel last night. And then I'm glad I convinced her to stop because she was on adrenaline and she was kind of, you know, very tired and very sad because the nurses actually made me a little annoyed because they were telling her things that I didn't want her to hear while driving. Because like I said, most people just, they take a plane for these type of things. But Amber drove all the way from Pennsylvania to Illinois, which is a 13, 14-hour trip. Which I still can't believe she did that, but... I negotiated with her to stop at a hotel. I got her a hotel in the town she's in. She's going to sleep, and hopefully she's going to sleep for a little while. And then, you know... I can't get her to stay the whole night, so she's probably going to start driving around 1 or 2 in the morning. She's probably going to drive earlier than that. But then I'm going to somehow convince her to stop in Ohio. She'll sleep for probably like 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, and then she'll get up and she'll drive all the way back to Pennsylvania from Ohio. Which, you know... guess that's the best I can get her to do, because she doesn't listen to me, so... oh boy. It's been a crazy day. But anyway, if we could get back to, brass tacks or whatever, if you guys could keep smashing that like button if you haven't already. I can't really see what's going on yet. I will look at my phone in just a minute. Dealing with some goons on top of this building up here. Also, do we have a name of today's episode? Should it be dealing with Rex Fury, or... I don't really know. Maybe we'll call it was just a diversion or something. I think that's a good name for it. Okay, yeah, that should stop. But yeah, thank you everybody, I appreciate... you might see Amber pop in during the Metroid stream or something like that. She does have her phone. But, like I said, I don't know what she's going to do. So let's see how we're doing for the light goal. I'm opening up my computer. And thank you for the super chat before from... Sorry, I wasn't around last night. Work had me drained. That's fine, Ben. When I watched, it looked at her and said, "Woof." Ah, okay, so we were still talking about Ninja Turtles, okay. Just a good version. How do you spell diversion? Ah, okay, there we go. Alright. Okay, so you guys are at almost your light goal. Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't even know how I'm supposed to deal with this now. But yeah, I guess that's over. Amber said the thing that's weird for her is it's not necessarily she has closure. We forgot to tell you guys that her aunt and her mom were twins. So her mom's face and voice are still around because her aunt is an identical twin. So Amber feels a little weird because, you know, yeah. I kind of forgot about that with our aunt, that she was that they were identical. So that is going to be a little, you know, going to take some time to get used to, I guess. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for the likes and shares. You're currently at 112 likes, it looked like. So, most likely Amber will be back sometime tomorrow. Hold it right there, Rex Fury. You're under arrest. Who tipped off the cops? As you wish, scum. Whoa! Good thing I have my little friend here to watch my back. I mean, I have a fireman ability, so... We got ourselves a new toy down here, fellas. Oh yeah, fireman. Kicking butt, taking names, there we go. Oof. But I'm just hoping that she actually does rest, because there's no way that she can drive 13 hours back when she's only slept a total of 2 to 3 hours. And I had to basically twist her arm to get her to stop last night, because she was convinced that her mom wasn't going to make it last night. And it's like, they told you stuff was going to happen in the morning, so you have to at least sleep. You're about 7 hours away. There's no way. So that's the hardest thing for me, is convincing Amber to stop, because she doesn't like to waste money. And sometimes, she told me she used to, you know, before we got married, she would, if she would drive a long time, she would just sleep on the side of the road. That used to terrify me even more. Thankfully, she doesn't do that anymore. Need to find some water for this there cannon. Hey, McCain! Have some dynamite! Oh, dear. Alright, well, thank you for getting me some water there, guy. Appreciate that. Alright, this is probably pretty loud compared to last night, isn't it? No, it's still... volume level's still pretty good. So, your stream schedule's changed a little bit compared to yesterday. I said we were going to start that Mario playthrough. What's happening is they announced the Tenkaichi thing yesterday. So, I was looking through my collection upstairs. I thought I had the third game on Wii, but I did not. And I was hoping that I had the... because I remember buying the HD collection on PS3 quite a while ago, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. Okay, I don't know how to get that. Like, I'm gonna have to really look for stuff upstairs. Alright, what do you want me to do here? You want me to shoot something? And just a reminder, guys and gals, this is 100% blind, so... No, that's not gonna do anything. So we need... Oh, I probably need to try to put the fire out, and then Rex will throw something at me, maybe. Try to blow something up again. No, he will not. Okay. Well, what do you want me to do in here? Did the prompt break? No. Okay, so I just had to break that. Alright, that's no problem. And we're going to grab this, and we're going to plug it into... There we go. That's pretty clever. I never thought that they could do that. That wouldn't hold enough water for him to use this thing very long, though. Ah, how dare you try! Do that again! Aw, dude. That was uncalled for. So Rex is trying to break into the bank vault. Nope. What now, suckers? Kick. The thing I'm happy with, which I hope Amber accepts, because, like, this going down last minute kind of, you know, dipped into our finances. Because we still haven't recovered from how low January was. And with, you know, taxes coming up soon, we're, you know, really scraping the bottom of the barrel for stuff. You didn't stand a chance against me. You gonna blow it up again? That's nice of you. Thanks for that. So, it sounds like she might let some family members help her. Like, getting down next week, which would be great. I hope she actually takes a plane. But I don't know if she will or not. So I hope she doesn't drive again, because it really plays on my nerves when she literally, you know, drives down 13 hours away and then back, because that's a very, very long trip. But I'll worry about that next week. When this is over, you'll be laughing, and you'll be in pieces. I'll be laughing, and you'll be in pieces. Okay. So you're just a simple bank thief, huh? Alright, then. Well, I mean, I can't get in there unless I have an ability, so... Ah, I see. There it is. There's the color thing. Okay, alright. So we switch to the burglar. Yep. I guess it doesn't matter which door I'd use. Could do that one. Okay, so camera's inoperable. Come on. And that's done. Alright, there we go. And going inside. And what is this going to be used for? Oh, okay. Probably going to have to do the other side as well. And then we confront Rex Fury. But if you're already taking down Rex, does that mean the game is over? Or they're going to have you deal with Forrest Blackwell too, which would not be good. Considering he was the main bad guy of the second game. And you only erase Rex. You only arrest Rex. Sorry. That came out weird. You'll never take me assembled. I may.
Give up, Rex. You failed.
I don't know the meaning of the word failed.
Right, gotcha. Oh, a poor education would account for your life of crime.
I had wonderful teachers.
Whoa!
Don't.
Oh, remember my spleen.
Bank.
I was kind of hoping for a traditional boss fight.
Money. Steps.
My pancreas.
Whoa. Come here. I'm gonna catch you and be very ill.
Gonna catch you and be very ill.
Finish this.
Alright, how we doing on our like goal, guys and gals? Just doing a quick drop by for a second. Thank you very much, Ruga. I really appreciate that, man. That'll help with gas money. This is it, McCain. Go after him. At least they'll make me police chief after this for sure. What was that last bit, sir? You're breaking up. Get after Rex Fury. Now! Okay, well, I'm just going to stand here. So we're currently at 122 likes. Your next like goal, guys and gals, is 140. Oh, wait, did I mess up? Did I say 140 is next? Yeah, okay. Yep, sorry. What's it? Whoops. What's this mission called? I don't know. After Rex Fury? So it's been a while since I've said this, but, thank you, Ruga. You are the top donator of the stream today. Thank you very much, buddy. Nice to see you. Hope everything's going well with you. And thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you'll be by later tonight, but there is a Metroid stream if you want to hang out for that. Alright, I guess I'm going after Rex, so I'm going to use this convenient squad car. Hopefully I can control this thing. More or less. Alright, where's Rex? Oh! There he is. Should really have a battering ram on this thing. Oops. But if you take down Rex, is the game over, or you still have to deal with Forrest Blackwell, which would really change up how this works? Okay, that was kind of cool. That was pretty neat. You want me to throw the guys at him? He's got a bullseye. I'm gonna say you're supposed to lob dudes at him. No? Chase, what are you doing, guy? No? Okay, I totally would have fallen off that. Interesting music. That sounds like the finale of Lego City when you're falling through a space. Okay, so I do need to shoot him. Alright. Understood. Ouch. fire axe. Well, that's kind of disturbing. Alright, so now they want me to use my space suit. Got it. Oops. Nope, kind of missed that. Alright, what are the colors? Green. Green. Blue. Blue. Alright. Somehow you gotta make it back over, Chase. Not sure how, but there we go. Alright, tough guy, let's go. Bring it! This is the fight you wanted, right? What are you gonna do? Grapple and toss him off? Just kind of... Wow! Really?
Whoa! So please, call us immediately if you know where Rex Fury is. Never mind. Well, that should be a feather in my cap. Now, make sure you get my good side.
Oh, hey, Deputy Dunby. Good news. Natalia Kowalski's agreed to testify against Rex, but shh, it's a secret.
This isn't live, is it?
Oh, Chase.
Oh, that's how it happened? Wow. Chase, you moron. Wow. That's kind of funny.
Deputy Dunby, why am I here?
Because we need to talk, McCain. Come on, this way. I've got good news and bad news. Firstly, Chief Gleason is giving you a promotion to detective.
What? Really? Wow. What's the bad news?
That was the bad news. There's no way you deserve a promotion after the mess you've made. We had to put that Kowalski woman into witness protection.
Really? Oh, Natalia. Hang on. Then what's the good news?
To save the department any further embarrassment, I talked them into transferring you.
To where?
The other side of the world. Bon voyage!
Wait, no! What if Rex Fury escapes again?
Nah. I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
Oh, wow. So that's the end of the game, huh? Then they let you do some free roaming. Wow, that was the end. I wish I would have known that. I would have had the end on the thumbnail. Well, I mean, at least they did it in a way that, the continuity is secure. Because, I mean, yeah, he gets promoted to detective, and then he gets, sent off Lego City for his big blunder. But basically what happened to him is he had a concussion. After, you know, falling off the truck with Rex. I mean, you know, for 3DS games, it's not bad. We still have some other stuff to do, so the stream's not over yet. But I'll have to relabel this stream. I didn't even know. That's crazy. No. That's crazy. So what did you guys think of this? What are my thoughts on the game? This game, it's okay. Like, you know, the driving could use a little bit of work on the 3DS. The story, I don't have any problems with it. now because, I mean, they didn't make Forrest Blackwell the villain until Chase comes back, which makes sense. Forrest Blackwell never met Chase, and Chase never met Forrest Blackwell. It was kind of like, basically, that character was kind of like a Bond villain, like on the screen talking to the other henchmen and Rex. And I like how they gave Rex more character development in this than he had in the Wii U version of the game. You know? But I don't really see that massive rivalry that the two characters had. I think it's kind of funny that they make Chase the reason why Natalia is sent into witness protection program and all this other stuff. And I feel like they handled everything fine. For the most part, this game just felt like a lot of combat and chase sequences, which is fine. You know, it's called The Chase Begins, so that makes sense. It is a good 3DS game. Yeah. You wish they made a bit more free roam. I don't know how free roam would really work with the Lego City game on the 3DS, because remember, the 3DS isn't really capable of doing as much memory as, like, say, the PlayStation Portable or the PS Vita or something like that. There are a lot of great games for the 3DS, but open world games isn't really one of those, because, you know, it's pretty beefy. I think that how they handled the open world environment in Lego City on the 3DS is pretty decent, because, I mean, it is a vast open area, but it's not something that you can travel freely. There's different zones that are split up, and they're big zones that you can explore and do, like, little side quests, like save the cats or do things like that. Which I'm actually going to probably go around and try to rescue cats as a fireman next, because we have some time yet, so. This game came out a month after Lego City Undercover. Yeah. I'm glad games don't make Lego games exclusive like the Lego City games. Well, that was fun. Who's up for Chinese? Yeah, we're still going, though. We have some things to do left in the game. We're currently at... I'm trying to think how many views we have for this stream so far. Ruga's Super Chat helped out tremendously. So... Where are we? Where are we? The stream is currently at almost 700 views, so that's pretty good. Especially for, what are we, in the first hour of the stream? Yeah. So let's see what they do next. I think they're going to take us to a free-roaming environment. Or back to the police station, and then they'll tell us what we can do for the post-game. I see a lot of people, when they reviewed this game, I'm looking at Metacritic right now. They gave it a lot of 6s, some 5s, some 4s. I'd probably give this game like a 6 or 7. I think that if you get the driving stuff, like, wrinkled out, for the most part, you know, I could have seen back in the day, you know, 10 years ago, playing this extensively on the 3DS. It's a very well-made 3DS game, and it's fun. You know, it captures the spirit of, like, the Lego City franchise, as well as, like, Lego games in general. I kind of wish that some of the Lego superhero games were like this one, a little bit. And I feel that they did everything the way they were supposed to with it. So let's see what they want us to do next. Okay, be on the lookout for remaining objectives and collectibles. Check the mainframe. What's the mainframe? Check the mainframe for details. You mean the scanny thing? Nope. Can this thing help me find cats? No, that's unlockables. Check the mainframe for details. You can't go inside the police office like in... Nope. So a lot of the buildings are all closed off, obviously. Check the mainframe. What's this? Oh, these are disguises you can get. So the main disguises in the game are police officer, robber, construction, farmer, astronaut, miner, fireman, civilian. I don't know who that is. Can't unlock that. So once you get the fireman power up, that's pretty much it. I already did that one. We don't want to do that. That's where you get the super brick stuff. This is how you change characters. Does anybody know how to access that mainframe that they were talking about, or I just randomly run around the world and see if I can find stuff to do. This is the main area. I think I've already done this. Only construction workers can repair this object. What do they mean by mainframe? Who in the chat has a general... I don't know what that is. It's pretty much the same disguises as Lego City Undercover. Well, yeah, of course. Man, roast beef sounds good. Because if Lego Batman 4 is the next Lego game, that's a win for Kwing. Yeah, it would be awesome if the next Lego game is Lego Batman. It's been a while. Does anybody remember Lego DC Supervillains was 2018, right? So it's been... I'm not really great with math. So I'm going to say 4 or 5 years since the last Lego DC game. Wait. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, about 5 years. Roughly. So we are due for one. I was completely surprised yesterday that they announced Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I didn't believe some people in the chat. I was like, you're pulling my leg. They're going to announce Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 or something like that. Because, I mean, Budokai and Dragon Ball FighterZ are completely different genres of games. Budokai Tenkaichi is basically like a 3D fighting game that is very much like the Dragon Ball, you know, genre. And Dragon Ball Z FighterZ is a game that is based on like Guilty Gear or Street Fighter or something like that. It's a 2D fighter. I would even argue that the Tenkaichi series is very different than, like, the 3D Naruto fighting games or Bleach, which are, like, I'm just going to say it, the Naruto and the Demon Slayer games, they're very heavily inspired by, like, arena fighting games. Not so much like Tekken, but more like, maybe Soul Calibur or, like, Battle Arena Toshinden, things like that. Where you kind of like, you're moving around, or Virtua Fighter. Because for the most part, a lot of the arenas are all round, and you know, you're kind of running around and stuff like that. And it's a 3D environment. So, in Tenkaichi, it goes all over the place. You can fly in the sky. You can do signature moves from the show. The last one that I played was definitely on the Wii, and it was kind of fun. But what I'm surprised about, did you guys know that Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii, if you are looking for that game, it can cost you anywhere up to $150 to $230 online to get a brand new copy of that game. Get it used, you're looking at over $100. Like, that is a very rare game on Wii. And it's one that I might actually not have in my collection. And I'm not going to, obviously. You could actually get Tenkaichi 3 on PS3 for, like, under $100. So, I mean, to have it on the Wii, yeah, that's something of a collector's item because they didn't make that many copies of it. But, I mean, if you just want to play the game, you could get the HD collection for Xbox 360 or PS3 on Amazon for like $60, and it has like a HD like upscaled version of Tenkaichi 3 and Dragon Ball Budokai. For whatever reason, the collection does not contain Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, which is the one that contains the Android saga and part of the Boo saga, I believe. Wait, actually no, is the Boo saga the third game? Or is Dragon Ball GT the third game? I want to say that it covers... Does anybody remember if Boo is in the second game? I know the Android saga is. They do the second game does the Trunk stuff, which is the Android saga. So that would be Dr. Gero, Android 16, 17, 18, Cell, And then I don't know if it goes to the Boo Saga or not. They might have saved that for the third game. But I thought the third game had Dragon Ball GT characters in it. Does anybody remember? So GT is the third game, so it does go all the way through Boo? Well, I'm gonna be doing the story tonight because I don't have a second player to play through, and I can't promise you that the gameplay is gonna be amazing for the second game. But maybe I can twist Amber's arm if she feels like it this week. I'm gonna really look for my PlayStation 3 games because some of them are not on display. So I'm going to have to go through a box in the office. I'm pretty sure that we did buy the HD collection. So I'm going to look for that, and then maybe we could do Tenkaichi 3 as like a few live streams until the Justice League game comes out on Friday. Which the Justice League game is going to be like our big series that we'll be doing a giveaway with, which will be sponsored by Outright Games, I believe. I just have to clarify with them. This weekend's, you know, events, or I don't even know how to explain, like, in terms of what happened. I guess everything would fall under a family emergency, but when someone passes away, it's not an emergency. I don't even know, like, how you explain that kind of stuff. Like, what kind of category that falls into. And I don't even know if I'm really supposed to talk about it a lot. Like, I don't know if it's disrespectful to the family. I'm probably not going to be able to attend the thing because I can't afford to send both of us. And also, someone has to stay behind to... Like, Zelda is not well. Zelda has to have a medicine. And she won't, you know... She won't travel well either. So... and I'm not 100% close with that side of the family, you know? Just like Amber's not really close with my side of the family, so... I don't really know what we're going to be doing. I don't even know what she wants me to do, to be honest. But I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not. I don't want to upset her because, like, right now she's running on adrenaline. I know she is. She feels like she can do anything and she's not fazed by stuff, but... that's why I kind of want her to pace herself. Instead of, like, driving 13 hours straight, I want her to start driving tonight, if she can. And then I want her to stop by, like, 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe. And stay at a hotel and then continue driving in the morning. So then she'd get back home... around probably 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow, and then she would be on the Tales stream or whatever stream we're gonna do, because now Lego City is over, so I don't really have a reason to do a lot of Lego City anymore, obviously. You like Jump Force, but it focused on Death Note too much. Well, you have to remember that Death Note was like a very big anime at the time. When Jump Force was still relatively... we only got one Jump Force thing, but Death Note was an anime that was very, very popular. In terms of popularity, I would say it's kind of similar to, you know, that really high wave that Demon Slayer is kind of riding right now. That was Death Note. The problem with Death Note is it didn't, the final arc of the show didn't quite, like, meet anybody's expectations because, I mean, the show had already been running a long time, the manga had been running a long time, and it had such this high, build-up around it that fans just didn't know how they were going to eventually end the series, and they ended the series in a way that just didn't, it wasn't terrible, but I think that expectations people had was different for it. Like, it was going to be, like, something that probably fans, like, envisioned differently than how it happened. And there are some animes that go through that, because the problem is you have these series last so long, and it's like, how do you finish them? That's my concern with One Piece, too, is One Piece has, like, over 1,000 episodes, right? Eventually, like Naruto, that series is going to end. And what are they going to do? They're going to keep the characters around and have their children be pirates? Or, you know, if they ever have children, I mean. Or are they just going to have the series end in a way that, you know, people aren't going to find very satisfying? I could argue that that's kind of what happened with Sword Art Online. The creator had a goal in mind, I guess, and then Kirito got hurt and ended up having to be put inside this machine so he could recover from a fatal injury. But then when he came out of the machine, it just kind of, like, abruptly ends with, like, the possibility that it's going to continue, and then they rebooted it. So it was like... And the reboot isn't all that popular. The reboot is exactly what the Western world wanted. They wanted, like, Asuna to have, like, a bigger role and, you know, for the females to be more the focus, but ever since they rebooted it, it hasn't had that type of, like, impact that it did when it first came out. Like, the first SAO is still miles better than the reboot. And the reboot does show more of the relationship between Asuna and Kirito, but they're not a married couple in it. Like, I don't even know how far the reboot goes. But the magic of SAO was the relationship between Asuna and Kirito. So when you reboot that and, like, basically have them starting over again, it kind of, like, you know, changes the focus of the show. And I haven't really been interested in the reboot. I got back into Bleach a little bit when Bleach came back, sort of, kind of. But, you know, I mostly just stick with new shows. I don't really go back and watch a lot of older shows that come back. Because it's like, you know, it's great to see them for nostalgia again, but it's just kind of like, well, how are they going to continue the story? Personally, I think what they did with Inuyasha was really good. Having it be about, you know, their children and stuff like that. And it worked out really well. They made the show interesting again, and they have, like, the original characters in it, but they're not, like, the focal point anymore. And I think Boruto does the same thing, like, with that. Like, the Naruto characters are in it for the most part, but at its core, it's about these new characters interacting with the older ones, and I like when shows do that. But sometimes it's cool that the show just ends, but I just hope that it ends satisfyingly sometimes, because if they make the story go on too long, then companies don't, you know, tend to renew them, and then it's just like fans are just left hanging with a cliffhanger that will never be resolved. You know what I mean? Kind of like, I don't know, maybe Lego City kind of has like a... I think it kind of has a satisfying conclusion, you know? Undercover a little bit. But I still feel like there was enough content in Lego City that they could have, you know, maybe made more stories if they wanted to. I think that the fan, like the fan base is there, and I think that Chase and Natalia and the Chief and some of the other kooky characters, I think that there's more that they could have done with them if they wanted to. I don't know how well this series sold, though. Like, I know they brought it back on Nintendo Switch, like, after, what was it? Like a 6 or 7 years? Or no, not 6, no, 3 years. No, 4, sorry, 2017, I believe, is when Lego City Undercover came out. It had, like, a few years of exclusive access on Nintendo. And, if I remember the original agreement with Warner Brothers, let's see if I can do it. I think the game came out in 2013, right? On Wii U. It wasn't until, I want to say, either 2016 or 2017 that the exclusive rights ended. And then Lego City ended up being on the other consoles. Like PS3 and Xbox, I think. Or maybe it was only like a 3-year deal. Like 2015, 16. I want to say it was only until 2016. Because Nintendo usually, with their exclusives, they only had... Especially with Capcom, which people learned with Resident Evil and stuff like that. They only had like a timed exclusive before it ended up on other consoles. People forget that Resident Evil 4 ended up on, like, PS3... Or no, was it PS2? Did it end up on... It might have ended up on PS2 after a year or two. I don't remember. I know that it was ported for PS3, PS4. It's been on Xbox. And I don't know if the new one is ever going to come to the Switch. I don't really like the, what do you call it? I don't like the cloud service on the Switch. It's wicked buggy. Nintendo should just release a system that's able to handle the graphical change, because it's already been since 2017. Does anybody know how long Lego City enjoyed, like, just being exclusive on the Wii? Was it a year or at least 2 years? Does anybody know? There was a dog here, wasn't there? Yeah, okay. Nope, there's nothing here. So we're going to move on to another area. I want to say it was at least 2 years that they enjoyed it, and then it ended up being ported to other systems, and then it came to the Switch. Which the Switch was the last port. I think. It's hard to remember, though. Alright, we're at 140 likes. Awesome. It was 2 years? Okay, okay. About 2 years exclusive? Okay, so, it ended up being on the PS3, or, sorry. Ended up probably on PS3 or PS4. Was it PS4 or PS3? I never got it. But, where did Lego City end up? Did it skip PS3 and go straight to PS4? Because PS4 would have come out in 2014. I want to say 2014, 2015 was PS4. I don't think it was 2013, was it? Yeah, I think it was on PS4. It was on PS4. New like goal is 160. Thank you very much. Yep, I'm going to pin you. Appreciate that. PS4 was 2013? Really? Wow. So Lego City came at the, wait. Wii U was, 2012, wasn't it? Didn't Wii U release in 2012? As a brand new system? And then, the Switch was 2017. 3DS was 2011? Or was it before that? Or was Wii U 2013? Wii U was 2012, yeah. Yeah. What year was, the 3DS? Was it 2011? Or 2012? Oh, I love the Wii U. I wish it did better. The 3DS was 2010? In America? No, it was not. Okay, I need to look this up. No, it was not. No, it was not. I mean, I was a game journalist back then. 3DS release date. America. Yeah, no. Yeah. 3DS was released in Japan on February 26, 2011, and March 2011 worldwide. Yeah. No. It was not 2010. No. 3DS came out the year of Arkham City, which was 2011. I remember that because I was contracted to work with Nintendo through the game publication I worked for. And actually, I was sneaky. I can tell the story now. How my partnership with Nintendo began is my editor-in-chief wasn't able to reach out to them to work with a game called, what was the name of that? It was that submarine game. Oh my gosh. No, it wasn't Blue Submarine. That was the name of an anime. Something Steel. Steel Diver. Wait, was it Steel Diver? Isn't that a song? Really? It was Steel Diver? Okay, anyway. So, my editor-in-chief at the publication I worked for was unable to speak with the Nintendo representative. So I got her information, and I spoke to Nintendo through behalf of my company that I worked for. Either GameZone, Got Game, or that Nintendo blog site. I don't remember. What I do remember is I promoted myself on top of that. So not only did I secure a copy for the publication that I was working for, they got the review copy, and I ended up reviewing it for them. I told them that I was starting, like, I had my own YouTube channel, and I had the ability to do video reviews for 3DS. Now, at the time, I did not have the ability to do 3DS video reviews. I used to put a camcorder and tape it with duct tape in front of, like, a small little tripod. And then I had two 3DSs. I had one that was for the Go, and then I had one that I taped onto my desk and made a makeshift stand with duct tape. Old school, very ghetto. And I had a camcorder that had like a little open window. Like the camcorders used to have like a window that pulled open on the side so you could see what you were filming, right? Instead of looking through the little viewfinder or whatever you call that, like the nozzle. So that's how I did 3DS games. And the quality looked okay. You know, I tried to keep the 3DS as still as possible because the duct tape held it in place and I had a makeshift stand. And that's how I did 3DS games until I started working with Nintendo around the time of Steel Diver, and they leased out a capture card for me. Like, to use in cooperation with the publication I worked for. So that's why I was able to get awesome, like, 3DS style quality in the beginning. And then eventually I had to trade in that capture card, and I went with what other YouTubers were doing, because in order to use that capture card, it was like a $2,000 lease for a year. You know, and they would send it to other publications. Like, your publication would get rights to use it for a while. This was back in the day. So I had this very expensive piece of equipment that was in my house. And Nintendo didn't want me to keep that very long, but to keep the story going, I propped up my YouTube channel, which in 2011 was doing pretty well. I was averaging about, like, I don't know, 45, 50,000 views of video over on my 01 channel with our Let's Plays. And we were starting to do stuff with the Let's Play channel. We were starting to release our new channel little by little. And the Let's Plays were doing really well. The Batman content was doing okay. And other stuff, and we were able to prop up the YouTube channel, and we got not a Nintendo brand ambassador thing. That didn't exist until 2014, 2013. Like, the brand ambassador program didn't have an official name until much later on. Like, I was literally contracted by Nintendo like a subcontractor, and I did 3DS games for them. It was very hard for me to twist their arm to get, like, Wii U and Wii games at the time. But 3DS, I was their guy. So, you know, and my boss never got mad at me. He was like, he thought it was kind of clever that I was able to get my foot in the door with these companies using the company that I worked for, like, on the side. So it was kind of like moonlighting. Nowadays, you probably get in big trouble for doing that kind of stuff because the company would ask you, hey, how did you get a hold of this game as well? Because back in the day, you would have to, you know, if you got a review copy, you'd have to send it back. Like, they had a policy where they would send you an envelope and they would want the game back. You didn't get to keep games very often. That wasn't until the end of the year, and you would go through what would be a closet at your publication, and people would be like, hey, you know, the company said we could keep these games. So who wants it? And then you would go through, and it was kind of like Christmas, and you get to pick out a bunch of games. Usually I'd get the really crappy ones because nobody really wanted a lot of 3DS games or DS games, things like that. So they'd just be sitting in that back office forever. So I would, that's how I built up our DS and 3DS collection. Is I would get, like, the stockpile of games and just get them sent to my house. Because I was known as a freelancer and a part-time person, so I didn't go into the office. I worked from home. So my editor-in-chief would send me a box. He would take a picture, old school, and show me what games were there. And then he would send me a bunch of games, and the ones that I didn't like, I would end up going to my local game store, and I would just trade them in because, they'd be sealed. Because what they would do is the companies would send games, and then the publication would do giveaways on the radio, or they might do some giveaways through the website, or through, like, people signing up for the blog or whatever it was. I don't really remember all the specifics, but they used to do that kind of stuff. And then it was your obligation as a reviewer sometimes, if you got the games wicked early, and depending on the company, they would want the games back. So you'd have to send it back, and it was almost like kind of like a GameFly situation that people were doing. Sure, you would get early access to stuff, but companies didn't trust you a lot because this was, early territory. So they would have you send the games back as a show of good faith. And then when the game came back, they would give you another game to review. And eventually, when you built up a good reputation with the community people, they didn't really have community managers back then. I don't know what it'd be, like other PR people or something. Then when you built up that relationship, they would allow you to start keeping games because they'd be like, hey, you did such a good job, or we appreciate you taking the time to look at this game, so we're going to let you keep it. Stuff like that. But eventually it became the norm where I would say like right around end of 2011, beginning of 2012, developers would start to keep games. And Amber got kind of nervous because she was like, well, I thought we were supposed to send this back. And it's like, no, they said we could keep this. And she's like, really? And then, of course, as time went on, now it's like just normal that developers let you keep the games, but they do like mostly digital. Majority of the games that they send nowadays is all digital. They give you a code. They don't... for certain influencers, they'll give you a package. Like, if you're, like, a really top shill for, some publication, especially Warner Brothers, they give you, like, a big gift package. Kind of give you a little nudge, like, hey, thanks so much for the favorable review. Here's this exclusive package, and there used to be a time where a lot of these influencers would go on and sell this stuff on eBay because, it's exclusive. But Warner Brothers didn't like when people did that. I never did it. Whatever Warner Brothers used to send me when I was a shill, I kept it. But a lot of this stuff used to end up on eBay because YouTubers could make a mint because it was like something that was never sold in stores. And then eventually they just started sending that kind of stuff as press stuff. But YouTubers still kind of like try to get rid of that stuff. But then Warner Brothers makes a note that you're doing some shady stuff and they don't send you packages anymore. From what I've heard of people who used to do that. Because it would be like, kind of like, oh, okay, they're just going to give our gift away. Well, I guess they won't get another gift. So. But yeah, early YouTube and early game journalism, or I would say video game journalism, like video reviews and stuff like that. That was Wild West territory back then. And it was a lot of fun. I think before we actually got the use to use Nintendo's capture card, which was a pretty big machine for a 3DS. It basically looked like... you know what those like really big portable hard drives used to look like? Like the ones you used to plug in? They're kind of like these massive, like, kind of brick thingies. It's basically what the 3DS capture card was. And it had, like, all this Japanese text underneath it. And you would put you'd load the game in it, and then you would play on it. But it was like, it was this big, cumbersome thing that at any time, I was always worried that the thing was going to get destroyed. So when I sent that back to Nintendo, I was actually kind of happy because we had the 3DS capture card devices. which were made by a company in Japan where you'd pay like $500 for them or something like that. Or you could spend like $275 and send in your 3DS, and they would modify it for you. And that was a lot easier than using Nintendo's device. The only difference is the Nintendo device was kind of like better quality, you know, than the 3DS capture devices could, or the 3DS modded systems could do. But the guy in Japan, he made a really good business doing this, and YouTubers and Twitch streamers and stuff bought off him for... He probably had his business for at least like 5 or 6 years before Nintendo shut him down. And then I don't know what happened to him, but he was a really nice guy from Japan. But he lived off YouTubers for quite a while. What's funny is Nintendo Ninjas did not actually go after the guy who made like the 3DS capture devices or whatever until probably near the end of the 3DS's life cycle, which was really weird. You would think like when stuff was popping and people were doing like YouTube videos on it, the really exclusive like Monster Hunter games and some of the Nintendo games that, you know, were really popular back then, that Nintendo would have mobilized sooner. But I guess they were already having problems with, you know, doing that whole thing where they were taking YouTubers' money in order to, like, their Nintendo program, their ambassador program got so bad that people signed up for it. Like, Nintendo would take a chunk of your YouTube revenue for any Nintendo game you looked at, which they never did that to us because I was like a grandfather in their ambassador program. I got in as press, and then I stayed as all the way through the Wii U's life cycle and the 3DS's, pretty much, for the most part, until Nintendo Switch came out, and then the new management that came in to run the Nintendo brand ambassador program, they fired us. And then the lady who was there, who replaced the lady who I used to work with, ended up blacklisting us at Nintendo, and they made it really hard for us to get into Nintendo-only events at PAX and E3. If it wasn't for our friendship with Krista and Kit, we probably wouldn't have gotten access to Nintendo stuff anymore ever again. But of course, when Kit and Krista left Nintendo, you know, that was our last contacts at Nintendo. So, I mean, we've not been a part of their club for a long time. But I'm very thankful for the friendship that we had with Krista. Not so much Kit, definitely Krista, because Amber and Krista bonded over Crom, which is one of the reasons I don't like Crom. Because the things the girls said when they were, whenever Crom was in games, like, you know, just like teasing their husbands about Crom. So I kind of blame Krista for that, because she got Amber into that, you know, thing. I know it's all a joke, but it was always annoyed me a little bit that Krista was responsible for the whole Crom thing. That was a thing between Amber and Krista. And Krista actually has her own YouTube channel now. She's doing really well. She has her own podcast. But she was really nice to us after the Golan Harris incident and before then. So I enjoyed my time working with Nintendo. I would do it again. I wish we could be unbanned by them, but maybe someday they'll change PR companies again and we can start over again, but we don't hit the type of numbers that you need for a brand ambassador anyway. And also, the Nintendo brand ambassador program isn't what it used to be anyway. Like, what they do now is they'll send you places, but you don't get the games as early as you think anymore. A lot of YouTubers use, like, black market and mom and pop stores to get the game, like, several days early. Or they get, like, an international copy. Like, Nintendo does not give out the game other than, like, 6 hours before release or something like that. Because a lot of people in their program, which they decided to keep in who were bad eggs, they basically would put up the entire game before the embargo was done so that their YouTube channel would go pop. Like, they would get all the traffic before the game would be allowed to release according to the, you know, the non-disclosure agreement. So it's actually a lot of YouTubers' fault that Nintendo changed their policy with the brand ambassador program anyway. Because the Band Ambassador program was a thing where you would get the games about a week early. You'd be able to make your content as a YouTuber, and it was kind of like free marketing for Nintendo. That was the incentive. And then a bunch of YouTubers who they brought into the program that weren't us, who replaced us, they ended up killing the Brand Ambassador program to what it was. So if they probably would have kept us, because it's the people that they replaced us with that basically killed the program. The new hires. The old people followed the rules. It was the people that, you know, Nintendo brought in to try to hit a new demographic for their advertisement. Because they got rid of us, and they got rid of, like, 6 other people who had been with them since 2014, something like that. And the new people they brought in felt like that they could do whatever they wanted to, leaking games early, giving away codes to people, acting like scoopers and stuff like that. That essentially killed their program anyway, so who knows? If they would have kept us in, maybe the Ambassador program still would be what it is, you know, back then. No way of knowing, but Amber and I always adhered to, you know, the NDA. We had our content up, we did things that we were supposed to, we always showed up to the events we were invited to. So it really hurt us. It hurt our channel, and it hurt us, like, physically. And it kind of strained our relationship with everybody except for Krista was so sweet to us during her time at Nintendo. I will always remember that, and I will always respect that about her. She's a real one, as they would say. She's a very nice lady, and she was one of the coolest PR people and whatever else that we've ever dealt with in the gaming industry. So, you know. It's really cool that she became a YouTuber because she's, you know, she's really nice. We had a very good experience with them. Outside of their, you know, bad PR company that is called Golan Harris. Bunch of really weirdos. Weird people. But yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff over the years. But anyway, I'm just kind of driving around. We're in post-game. I'm looking for cats, so if anybody knows where the cats are, I'd like to save one as a firefighter. I think that'd be kind of cool. Radar doesn't really show me a lot on my little map here. It's kind of small. So, I mean, unless I'm supposed to scan stuff first and have it pop up on my map, why don't we try that? Gonna go over here and kind of just bring up my little... I don't know, my viewfinder or my binoculars. I don't know what you want to call this thing. There we go. Gonna do a little bit of scanning. This is someone in need of help. This is some type of weird crystal. I have no idea what that is. I don't know if I'm supposed to blow that up or what. There is a character token up there. Over here is... it looks like another thing to rob. Okay. Alright, so that's all the stuff that's in this area. Alright, so let's go up. And let me just open up my phone real quick, see what's going on. Randomly talking about inside the game industry. I don't know if people really care about that stuff or not. I'm definitely old school. Alright, we're at 150 likes, so that means your guys' like goal is 160. It has been 160 for a while. Boingy, 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 boingy. What's your favorite game to play on the 3DS? I don't know. Kwing, you used to work security too. Yes, I've done so many things. I was in game journalism from 2004 until 2014, officially. Like, meaning I was actually working with publications. I did start my own... I wouldn't say my own business. Well, yeah, I did. I started my own LLC with Amber. We began that in 2013. So a year before I announced my retirement from the companies I worked for. Which I worked for 3 publications. Which is known as moonlighting. Which, I mean, back then... the game industry did not pay their freelancers and their part-timers very well. I had to work 3 different publications for close to 10 years in order to earn enough for rent. And they had insane hours that I had to work. Plus, whenever there were conventions or press events that happened in the East Coast, even though my job was in the West Coast, located in the West Coast, and Florida, whenever the companies needed a reporter to go to, like, New York City or Boston, I would have to drop whatever I was doing in order to keep my job, and I would have to go to those events in New York City, Boston, and places like that without, you know, a lot of notice. And the only thing that my job would pay for is they would get me into the event, and they would give me gas money or a plane ticket. I had to pay for the hotel, which was very, very costly. If it wasn't for my YouTube channel doing well back then, I don't think we could have afforded to do that kind of stuff, which meant I would have lost my job. Because the YouTube channel was just kind of starting off. Like, we didn't really get paid. I did the YouTube thing unpaid, building up my resume, for at least 2.5 years, with my family breathing down my neck, and my wife, like, working, a lot, like, in the, what do they call it? In, not the, I guess it would be the private sector. I don't know what it was called. She was a secretary at a law firm, and she sold furniture at a furniture store, and she worked at a restaurant or something, I believe. Or no, not a restaurant, sorry. She was a assistant to a orthodontist. So she was doing all that, and I was working 3 jobs, because I was in recovery from the hospital, so I couldn't actually have a private sector job anymore. Like, I was no longer allowed to work outside my home. So I was after my car accident, in order to get better, I was working as a writer for different blog sites, and then that turned into a paid job, because somebody liked my writing style or whatever, and then I got the job. But it didn't pay that much. And then as the blog sites moved away from writing, by around 2006, 2007, I had to basically, in order to keep my job, I had to bluff that I could do video reviews, when I'd never done video reviews, because IGN at the time, who was a competitor of ours, which might give you a rough idea of one of the companies I worked for, we were a competitor of IGN, from 2006 until about 2009, when the company got bought out. But IGN was starting to do video reviews, which was new territory. I told my job that, oh yeah, that's really easy to do, which wasn't, and it was kind of unheard of. So I had a DVD recorder in our house, but it was only ever used to make, like, home movies off a video camera. So I had to learn how to hook up a video game console to the DVD recorder, and then I recorded gameplay footage on a DVD-ROM, and then in order to get that DVD-ROM footage off, it was a very extensive process. I had to rip the DVD files off of the DVD I made from I don't even know, I guess it was a DVD writer or something on a PC. And then I would have to take the video file and turn it into, I don't remember if it was MPEG or MP4, but to do one video review for this company in order to keep my job, which, again, barely paid rent back then, I was doing about, on a weekend, I was probably working at least 38 hours in total. So that's kind of where my whole night thing happened. And I was doing my YouTube channel on the side starting in 2007. So, you know, when I started doing the YouTube videos, I was still... I was kind of using the technology that I did for those websites, where I was uploading video files that was on DSL. And DSL was a pain in the neck to upload even a 5-minute video, because... that took, I remember, I remember speaking with my editor-in-chief. He's like, hey, did you film that that new Wii game or that new PS2 game or whatever? It's like, yeah, I got that taken care of. It's done. And he's like, great. And he says, we're just gonna, you know, because I wasn't actually doing voiceover yet, I don't think. So I was recording the gameplay footage, and then they had somebody who was actually doing the voiceover. So they were using my gameplay footage, and then they had a voiceover guy in California who was doing the voiceover for a while. And then my boss's boss heard me speak over the phone, and he said I had a nice voice, and he watched some of my YouTube videos in 2007, and then I got to do the voiceover, which meant even more work for me at that point. So not only was I ripping the gameplay footage off with a DVD recorder, but then my boss's boss wanted me to do the voiceover as well, so I had to start writing scripts. You know, which I was already accustomed to doing because I did reviews anyway. I did written reviews. So, you know, I incorporated a lot of the stuff that I was doing from the 2007 YouTube channel. And then, you know, around 2007, 2008, I was doing the voiceover for that company. Or 2009. I don't remember. It's all very hazy. And that job didn't last long anyway. And then it ended up going to another publication where they paid me a little bit more, but then they expected me to do even more work. So instead of working 3 publications, I was working 2. And I was up doing, not top 10 videos. They were guides of games that I was not an expert in. So basically, in order to keep my job, I had to bluff, like, you know, like I was playing cards or something, or Uno, I don't know. Like, I don't really know card game references. But I couldn't, in order to keep my job, I had to exaggerate that I could do certain things that I had no idea I was doing. Because if we lost that job, Amber and I would be in big trouble because she was already doing the private sector work. And then my income that I was getting from the 3 publications was only enough to pay for food, our phone bill, and something else. Like, it took the 3 of us to really work hard. And like I said, our YouTube channel did not pay us until the end of 2009. Like, my YouTube partnership began at the beginning of 2009, and the company that I was working with, my channel didn't start making enough until at least, well, they said it wasn't making money. It was actually making money right away. They were stealing money from me. They weren't paying me until my channel reached a certain amount, which was around $2,000. And then of that $2,000, the company gave me $500, which I was ecstatic. I was like, I went up to my mom, who said that my YouTube channel would never pay, and I showed her my first check of $500. When in reality, I was supposed to be I was supposed to make on my YouTube channel at least $1,000 or $1,500, and they were only supposed to get a $500 cut. They were taking a huge portion of my channel's revenue. Not just YouTube, the network. Which I didn't know about until much later. So in reality, like, as soon as my channel was partnered, I was making more money than my wife's jobs, but they were stealing my income because of a bad contract. Which is why I became an expert with YouTube contracts and stuff, working with Travis, is because Travis made it so I would never be ripped off ever again. And is why I was like, I play hardball with a lot of networks, is because I know what a channel's worth. I know how much a network is supposed to take, how much YouTube's take is, and all this other stuff. And, you know, these people, you know, they were taking advantage of this person, and it was pretty bad. But when things really started to pick up for us, you know, I was starting to segue my way out of the game industry anyway. But, yeah, there was a lot of stuff that we went through in the very beginning. That was crazy. But, you know, we had a very good run. I would say our best run that we ever had was during Disney Infinity and Skylanders, when we were basically keeping 90% of our profits. But the problem is I was still going into the hospital from time to time, so we don't really have a big nest egg of savings. Like, by the time we moved to Pennsylvania and I was admitted for... they thought at the time a heart attack, which it wasn't, because I was overworking, and we didn't have medical insurance. So when I was admitted in the hospital when we moved to Pennsylvania, we lost all our savings, pretty much. That, and it cost so much money to move from Pennsylvania to... Boston to Pennsylvania. And then we had the whole government thing come in, too. So we were, you know... We had the impression that our YouTube channel was going to continue to do well anyway, because we didn't know any better. Like, at that point, we were like, you know, it's been consistent for like 3 years at this point, which we didn't know was a miracle at the time. Then it was like right after I got out of the hospital, not long after that, I think, which we never really talked about, because it was just kind of like I was in and out of the hospital a lot from 2004 through at least the last time I went to the hospital was 2015, I believe. Like 2015, yeah, it was 2015. So I've been a lot healthier, but if I didn't have the YouTube stuff, we'd be in bad shape, because I can't work outside of the home because I'm a health risk or whatever. So yeah. There was a lot of factors that we kept hidden from a lot of you guys back in the day. If I was sick, I just, you know... I remember I went into the hospital. I had the huge hospital scare. I scared Amber half to death. And then we had videos that were actually uploading at the time, because we didn't do live streams very much. I think I did live streams on the weekends or whatever in 2015. So I went into the hospital... And then it was like, after a day or two of recovering, I started recording videos with Amber again, and nobody knew. Like, I think I joked on my Twitter or something that I went into the hospital for some type of procedure and it was nothing. Because it wasn't a heart attack. They thought it was a heart attack. But I was taken in the ambulance, and I was... my heart rate was very high. And they did some tests and blah, 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 and all that other stuff. And when they kept me in... they almost kept me in overnight. But I went home. I did what Amber said. I rested. And then within probably 10 hours of being back from the hospital, I wanted to start recording a Let's Play with her, because I was antsy because we weren't working. So I already went back to work after that. But, you know, we got hit pretty hard because we didn't have medical insurance. The medical insurance we had only covered... the Boston area, because it was, you know, state health care. So when we had the medical scare in Pennsylvania, we got royally hosed big time. And that on top of moving all the way there, we were in big trouble. And you know, it took us a while to kind of like build up our savings again. And then we had some other stuff happen. As you guys know, the miscarriage by 2018, Grandpa passing away. It cost money to go see my sister's wedding, which was not paid for us. We had to go up, and the miscarriage stuff it crippled our finances too. So we've never had like that cushy YouTuber lifestyle. Right when we build up our savings, then a family emergency or a medical emergency happens, even if we have health insurance, and it doesn't cover everything, and then we lose our savings all over again. So it's kind of like, people ask, it's like, is a YouTube job, like, really worth it? Like, if you're gonna, because people have this impression that you're gonna become like a millionaire or something like that. It's like, I've been working 16 years on YouTube, I'm not a millionaire, I've never been close to it. I had a comfortable living for a while, but then life's little... surprises come at you fast, and you know, you can't get like a sports car or buy a house because, you know, maybe someone's gonna get in a car accident, or maybe something's gonna happen, and you know, insurance doesn't cover everything. It only covers like partial things, unless you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars in insurance, and nobody can afford that. So and with Amber's surgery now coming up, and her trip to, you know, see her mom off, it's gonna be, this year's gonna be very, very challenging, I would say. And even Amber's like, oh, well, I have to rush back now. It's like, no, you're gonna sleep, and then you're gonna stop on the way and sleep again, because I don't want you driving 13 hours with only a few hours of sleep, because you have to have surgery this month, if she's still doing it this month. I don't know. She's going to probably try to weasel out of it, because that's what Amber does. Yeah, Amber doesn't want to do it, which is going to cause me stress, because I'm doing my best to hold on to the channel while she's away. Uh-oh. 3DS is going to die. The battery in this thing is not very good. It's bad. Oh gosh. I think we made it. Looks like we made it. Okay, yeah. Woo! 3DS almost died. But yeah, I mean, sorry to dump on you guys with all kinds of random stuff. When I'm alone, I talk. I reminisce about things and just, I don't know. It's kind of what I do. Amber's usually here to keep me on topic. And let me just tell you, that woman is the only reason this channel probably is still around, because I was talking to somebody, and I'm just going to close with this as we wrap up Lego City. Some people were talking to me a while ago. They were like, I don't understand why you guys have to work so much. Most YouTubers, you know, the joy of being on YouTube is they earn an income while they're sleeping. And it's like, yeah, that worked for us too until 2020. You had Kappa, crippled us a little bit. Kappa came in and broke our legs, so to speak. Like, you know, basically like a mob hitman came in and, you know, like, hey, Paulie, come deal with these guys. Teach them a lesson for having their YouTube channel the way there is. Make sure they don't forget about Kappa. Okay, Kappa comes in, breaks our legs. You know, lets us know what, you know, we're in danger of some stuff. Start auditing us. And we had to scramble and fix the channel so that it was viewed as, you know, general audience. Instead of, they were trying to label our entire channel as a kids channel, which would have destroyed us because they already were, YouTube was going to take a portion of our income anyway if they labeled us for kids, and they did. So we lost about 15% of our revenue, like just overnight. Boom, gone. Always been gone, never got back. So 15%, in addition to what our network takes, is now always gone. And it was like, okay, so then we learned to live with that. YouTube activated the membership feature, and the membership thing basically helped us maintain some of the revenue that we lost. Not all of it by month, but a good portion of it. Then we're like, okay, we're going to deal with this. It's going to be okay. A year after the Kappa incident, where literally we had to go to court, and we had to deal with things behind the scenes to prove to the Federal Trade Commission that our channel was general audience. We had to rebrand. We had to do everything. That was costly. It was time-consuming. It was stressful because the fee was going to be $45,000, right? So Amber and I were dealing with this all behind the scenes. A year after the miscarriage. Then we survived that, barely. But our notification system got kind of wrecked. Instead of notifying people 100%, it would only notify about 50% of our subscribers. So we were dealing with that, and we're like, all right, we're going to be okay. Then, because of an error in judgment on my part, in 2020, October, we had the Tesla bot scam, which was from a person who said they were a sponsor, not like an ultimate, a paid sponsor. They were going to give us like $3,000 to look at a, I forget what it was, a new editing software for a competitor to Pinnacle, or not Pinnacle, competitor to Sony Vegas. I don't know the name of the company. I don't remember. I don't care. Everything looked legit. Everything was fine. They had me download the program, and at the time, you know, that's about what the normal fee that a lot of YouTubers charge people to look at software. Because there's always the possibility you're going to get a virus. The software might be garbage that you're trying to send, you know, try to get your subscriber base to buy. So, you know, there's a lot of complexities that can happen with that kind of stuff, and your reputation can be messed up if it's a faulty product. So that asking price is actually normal. So it looked like a normal brand deal. Long story short, clicked on the program, and the program was a keylogger. It got all our passwords that were on our streaming laptop, which did not have access to our bank account or anything like that. It's a laptop we used to stream. And then they got control of our channel like a week later, which we didn't know. Travis kicked them out, but YouTube panicked because of how big the channel was. The channel was almost at 600,000 subscribers back then. It was growing. It was getting about 4 to 5 million views monthly, even after Kappa. Like, it was still, we survived Kappa, we were bouncing back. We were averaging about 1,000 people on our live streams. Per live stream. Live streams were anywhere between 250 to 300 people for Metopia, and for some of the Versus live streams we were doing, around 700 to 800 people watching live for about 45 minutes. We weren't even doing hour live streams. Like, we were popping. We were doing really well. So the channel got hacked. YouTube got spooked even after Travis got the channel back from them, and YouTube erased the channel. And then they were like, oh my gosh, our bad. We didn't realize that you got the channel back. So they made a new URL for the channel. Not our original URL that was partnered, that was working. They made a new YouTube channel, and they moved our entire channel, all the code and everything, over to a new thing. That was no longer a branded YouTube account. And then there were all kinds of problems that happened with that. And the notification system, when we got the channel back, was no longer half. It was 0.4%, which is where it's been to this day. Meaning, no matter what we do, we can't notify our subscribers. And on top of that, we can't do the thing where our viewer count for our live streams went down. And then they also ripped out, at the time, 8,000 videos from the search engine. So all that cushy YouTube views and money that happened when people were watching our older content, all that disappeared overnight. And then we were, 3 years later, that's where we still are. There's been no channel growth. We're a million monthly view channel, but we're no longer 4 million views. And when Amber and I don't work and we're not active, the channel dies. So the reason why Amber live streams, bless her heart, twice a day, in the morning or the afternoon, is she's trying to keep the channel alive until the evening. And then when our last stream is done at midnight, the views go to 0 until 7 in the morning, where they go back up. That doesn't happen to any other channel, because the channels are supposed to continually get views and people watching. That doesn't happen on this channel. So in theory, if Amber and I were both to disappear for a day, this channel's algorithm would be wrecked for an entire day, and when we came back, there wouldn't be anything we could salvage. So the moment either the power goes out, or some type of family emergency happens and we both can't be active on the channel, or one of us be active on the channel, there won't be a channel to come back to after a day or two, because the algorithm will never recover for us. Even though Amber's gone right now, we've lost 15,000 views since she's been gone. Because if she's not live streaming, then the channel isn't alive. It just goes into sleep mode, which by sleep mode means 0 views an hour instead of 1,000 views an hour or 2,000 views an hour like in the evening. And that's not fair, but YouTube will never fix it. So that's why we have to work harder than any other YouTuber on the planet, is we always have to be pumping things into the channel. It's basically like the channel's on life support every single day, which is, nobody else has to do that. So, because they're still, even though they don't have as many videos as us, which is 12,000, their older content is still being seen and they're picking up subscribers. We only pick up subscribers during a new release or a contest. That's it. That's all they get off there. And that's the truth behind everything. That's why we're the hardest working YouTubers on the planet. No one works harder than us. Period. Or ever will. But anyway, thank you guys for helping the stream get 1,000 views. Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi will be happening at 8:45. I'm going to grab some quick dinner. Unhook the 3DS capture device, put it away until the next 3DS game, which I don't know what that will be. And then I need to reconfigure stuff for the Wii U, get that working, find some batteries for the controller, and all that fun stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed LEGO City and my rambling. And I will see you guys at 8:45 with your next live stream. And Metroid Prime will be later tonight. I have to go feed Zelda or she's going to start gnawing on my wires. Alright guys, take care. Thank you again, Ruga, for being that amazing person to give Amber gas money for the way back. That's going to help. I can transfer some money from our bank account now that I know that we got some help with that. So I appreciate that, man. And hope to see a lot of you guys on the next stream. Alright guys, God bless, happy gaming, see you in a bit.